the good ride, because it's pretty damn hard to try before you buy.
On the SPASYM by Canoe.
Job
under the pants hand job
with
corduroy gloves.
Corduroy, sure? Corduroy
No,
boxers.
with corduray boxers.
Yeah,
Are difficult to
With
ignore.
corduroy gloves, hand job. You know, your classic UTPH, JW, CG, W,
CG.
CB.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh, there
something.
you go. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
shows how hard it is to do a good acronym.
Yeah,
Just
here
ask
we
Adidas,
go.
though. I mean, they're
It's the
best.
noisiest.
Yeah, but here's the SPASYM. You know, and this is an acronym.
You're an acronym.
You're an acronym.
Can't believe I invited you. You're anachronistic.
Yes,
Your
but
time
it's
frame's all off.
but it's an ASIM directional. It kind of took over the Zoid. Now the Zoid was,
This large crab that would run everywhere.
you know, C2 when we tried it, or EC2, and then it went to XC2, and we didn't get to try that. But then we got to try the evolution of the Zoid, which is now gone, and is a in a SPASYM. And the SPASYM is pretty stiff.
Very stiff.
It's on the stiffer side.
Torsionally
And it's got-
stiff and longitudinally stiff.
It's got, you know, some C3 going on. Maybe a little touch of early rise. Looks that way. I can't tell. Can you guys?
Yeah, maybe right there, a little early rise.
Yeah, maybe it starts to rise up a little earlier than the nose, which is kind of cool because,
Make it awesome.
you know, you get so much more than the Zoid when it comes to carving, but it's definitely not the floater that the Zoid was because of the camber. But if there's a little early rise in there, I'd have to really place it on the table to see, but it looks like there's a little early rise, so it will get some good directional float. But what I found, what I thought was interesting, is it felt very like, I did like the turn initiation and going back and forth between the SPASYM and the SPAM. I found that, yeah, you know, I could kind of feel this heel side thing doing something a little different and kind of helping actually even out the turn initiation a little bit. But what I really liked about this was just its carving power. It's
I'll agree with that.
It's just poppy drive from turn to turn, and then it was kind of fun. I could take it switch okay. It actually rode okay for how directional it is, and you can see, you know, it's set back a little bit, but it's pretty centered on board for a directional shape like this. So it's not really one of those, like, I wouldn't call this surfy. I'd call this maybe kind of like directional all mountain,
Boardy, maybe.
kind of like free
Directional
ridey,
mountain, free ride camber.
yeah,
Carver.
super special.
Super-
Can you create an acronym for that? No,
Yeah,
it's kind of hard.
And AMLTQLBHJ.
Would you like that on wheat or sourdough or rye?
Rye.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, all right, yes, sir.
All right.
But anyways, I mean, it only comes in a 62, and the 62 didn't feel like it was riding like a 62. When I was switching over to the to the SPAM,
Dad came in a 60.
the 157, you know, they felt almost the same. So, you know, it's a fun board. It's definitely catchy. It's definitely more for the advanced expert rider.
I'll agree
But I
with
think
that.
a lot of
Definitely.
people could have fun on this. It's got good grip. I like this kind of mellower mag on today's conditions. It didn't bite too hard,
No.
and it let go when you needed it to let go. And
It really sung through the churn. Like coming out of the churns, you really feel it just drive you. It sprung out. I mean, I thought it was amazing, edge to edge, stiff. Going through some chunder when I was like straight lining down at the end there, no problem. Didn't feel out of control for 1 second. Didn't feel like it's Bucky Lusick or nothing.
Bucky Lusick, yeah.
Brought it back in.
Brought it back.
Jimbo.
I found it to be not of my taste because I don't really like stiffer, harder to turn boards. Like my things
Jimbo's
playful.
been into the softy lately.
Yeah, I'm total softy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't have anything wrong with it.
yeah.
I just don't prefer that style of board. It's really, really stiff.
Yeah, it's stiff, aggressive.
Really stiff.
Yeah.
Torsionally
Carver.
and longitudinally.
It's like, yeah, it's on the lower end of the super stiff, but on the way upper end of the medium stiff. It feels
Yeah,
like.
if you were to rank it between like 1 and 300 million, it'd be like 200,
275.
250, I would say.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Go there.
Nice 250
262.
million.
Yeah.
220 million maybe after like a few days in, get softened up. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go. The
SPASYM.
SPASYM. UTP, OTP, CGHJs.